at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
SKTV na local operator singidamak nungairaba pau puduna lakshari high speed internet IPTV OTT yauna atai khudong saba kya piri
Lexin Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai
Yungi home appliance sing the natana Luhong with the sang the Bayatraba Yumamagi Makup Mata sing the natana washing machine freeze TV na singba electronic items sing wholesale rate the Pangan Magaloinana Atomadong Yumda home delivery khudong sa pijari
Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai da Adom gi yumda changdraba yadraba potlam sing amadi angangi sanapot makhal suna phanganjari
Adom na kariguma mobile ma mathau taraba mobile ma anobo leibige na khanbiraba adoiba tarabadi Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai miyam gi damukta thonglaw na hangdon leiri makhal khudimaki mobile khudimak phangbigani adu su kariguma adomna loan oine EMI da thibiraga lobige harbasu loan gi khudong sabasu pijari
Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai
Kurumjere SKTV Group Ram Nokchari Raj Nongthombam. Welcome to yet another edition of Beyond Headlines. Lamdamasigi tongan ba kui art and culture ki padam oiriba yamna maru iba kui jagoi isai habatare. Jagoi isai situ Manipur folk dance haibama adrige kui classical dance haibama maru ina jagoi de leiri habtare duga hairiba jagoi asida maru ina kui classical dance pu oibai folk dance pu oibai Manipur ge lejari ba mayam singasi Manipur gi mapanda karam mongda masi takpi tambiri karam mongda represent tawri aruga hairiba mapanda tawriba representation sing aduna manung da su kyam yamna influence tawri impact tawri lona na matam honglakpagi matung ina khogi like lai su tam matam da education da NCERT gi maikedi OBI NEP 2020 lab matung do OBI hairiba jagoi natraga isai gi kanglon mayam sing asi khoi syllabus ta hapaga larik tamnab gi damakta Yauraba Matamasida, High River Mayam Sing Kanglon Chumna, Nium Chumna, Tamibra, Tamdribra, Tamanaba Honoribra, Honorabra Habigi Wang Mayam Sing Lay, Aduka Karai the Masi, Nium Chumna Chatli Chatri, Habigi Wang Sing Mayam Lay, Hariba, Wang Mayam Sing Siki Matang Sida Wari Sanuki Damakta, Manipur Melgi Executive Editor Oja in Tokongjam, Ibungochoubi, see Beyond Headlines, the Library Oja, welcome to Beyond Headlines.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Raj.
Adozangasiki topic Kitang Mamanga Ozaga Unagiba do the Kitang different over Hatare. Aduma topic, but very relevant and very important. Haptaraduna Ozagi Handaki DIPR, Government of Manipur Pongba DIPR gi April gi edition Kongjom Day 2026 special edition se Yamna Fazaba article article ki maming say from sanctum to stage, a call to safeguard the sanctity of millennia-old Manipuri dance. Between creativity and distortion, the imminent threat to sacred cultural heritage. Primarily say pazama tamda maru ina kogi ras lila se Manipuri classical dance masida distortion tauna bakra honare habigi mamitare masingarang natana karang alem tamde se dum haure adu hairiba Sigi distortion gi mami ma tarbi sigi am chauba historical gi oiba event ama haba targedi marakta khogi Gobind Sangit Lila Vilas haiba koi larik amma Sanskrit londa lerami masina masisna khogi Manipur gi ras lila sigi authority oigadabni na haijalak pagi tangkak ama yaw kibisna maram oiraga yam chauna distortion gi yam chauna lana represent obu yabgi mami singlai adu madun maram oiraga Manipur government na orga Manipur da leriba tongan ba Manipur University of Culture OBI, Manipur University OBI, Natraga Jen, Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur Dance Academy OBI, Hariba Mayam Sing Asina, Yam Chow na role obum lokum to e habi yohnu singba, Sida Nithina Tambiri Heltare. Other was sanctum yam maru ibakogi, Lysang dagi, Natragal, lining less on Marie Lane of Mando, Tagi Saga, the Bajagoisina, Kogi stays, the Husikiski requirement, demand Mayam Lakana Maramurga, Masip Hobusat Pasida, distortion gi, Mami Masaunatari. Creativity diyan pa yado bu creativity to wim hota creation to wim hota distortion o ina lakpo mamita habagi wakum su thambiratar aduna problem se primarily sanctum yamna seng laba sacred place dagi na koigi sacred space dagi kitang koigi ke hatare ngasai stage ki space sa matam se distortion la en haiga doribra atra karai dano koina primarily uzana koigi Manipur gi classical dance form ori ras lila sida primarily thengnari ba ar ubiri ba hebtare nungai ta ba natraga kitang problem khara laidore no ubis kamai thambia
Raj ihan hana masigi concern se aikoina school tamakpa matam college tamakpa matam university then journalism gi field changuba matam da akoi ji art and culture gi page da sum matam khara leiba most importantly Manipur haiba imalai bakshi da po uba ko bunina hek poklak padagi Manipur gi angang hoi poklak padagi jagoi haigara hairoidra agoi gi di tadhing aina hobuse
Yes.
this is our own culture mathang sum lak pasida Manipur da khundari ba maitei haiba jati si Hindu di ole Hindu ole madugi matung da ras lila mathang Govinda da katlakpa ras lila hojik makhal ama ani ahum mari manga la ko mathang la ba matung da our socio cultural traditions also have evolved jagoi haiba sidi jagoi ni culture mathang lakpa aikoina angang oringa de sum tajarakpada Raj Manipur gi jagoi haiba Manipur gi isai haiba akhoi gi lon haiba se akhoi gi de an inherent part of our culture Manipuri classical dance hairiba se Manipur da hojik Govinda da natraga mandat sanari ba ras lila se asigi episode matek ama lawtho aga stage da unabagi yawagi damakta oza singna compose tawraga matek ama puthokpa ras natraga achaw sina ahing chupa sanabagi warini so for example even the same issue is also with Bharatanatyam the same issue is also with Odissi
Okay.
say akoi Raj 1977 da khwadigi chawba India the organization nama po and that is called Speak Make the Society for the Promotion of Indian Classical Music among and Culture amongst youth haiba Speak Make haiba sina organization sina India gi loinamak laiba classical form of dance and music any culture se masi school da college da puraga achauba wave ama reach out tawe and that was one movement during which we also grew up agoi jo matam du da late 70s early 80s the growth of pasida and we have had the opportunity of being with matam du da Bismillah Khan gi magi performance nakan da phamba Sanjukta Pani Grihi dirgi khoi gi Yamini Krishnamurti hojik Sonal Mansing hingbidi ko mogi culture mayam si gi tungan ba mokhoi gi difficulties mayam lei Manipur gi di Raj hojik Indian classical dance form da challiba jagoi se azidi akhoi sculpture dagi hektok panate say khudamon harabada in ming panjadragasu there are some classical dance forms where murti ona leiramba temple da ham badagi step mayam si oza mayam na compose tawraga puthorakpa adi moisi chahi chama chani pulap leirudraba matungda puthorakpa jugo yauriba akhoi gi di lai harauba akhoi gi generations and generations gi lai harauba horokpa adum ima ipuna num ubala abako then madugi mathangda amuk Hindu olakpadagi jagoi phaja ba mu compose torokpa ras compose torokpa adudane khoina culture da khoigi India da Raj khoina art and culture gi critical analysis critical appreciation da makpada khoina oja matang thengare ai khoigi oja di madam Kapilavat Sayan Dr. Kapilavat Sayan ko Manipur culture ya munna khange mana haibada and probably she's the authority in Indian classical dance and music. Mana haibada in her own article, Manipuri dance is the oldest and high. India then maybe, however, the youngest among the classical dance forms. I think India the Yaru Matunga
recognition people in
Aduna say Kudamohana Rabada Kuizago Sava Hite, Shaisakpa Hite, Tangta Hite, Karimta Hite go. Haitrakasu, Pokpadigi Sum Urapanina, say Ngarang si Kanglen ni. Yesterday was Kanglen. Hozik social media the Facebook to ubiyu. Mantop khuding magtang ngarang sali sarang mani. Sali sabazu haite. Akoi gi abok, akoi gi ima, ai iche, ita ima mayam se. Akoi gi mantok ta I have seen them dancing chali for the last 50 years. Adum uraga la abneba. And that is the basic ABC of chali have se Manipur gi classical dance head tamba matamda madugi chanabim la abne. Aduna Raj hojik ekhona yengada
Charlie is na khoi basic step hai bata
basic step ni se akoigi ima hoise akoigi ima hoise aina ningsing bada matamdu da Manipur se statehood phangdri se 1960s da ozam mayam na akoigi chali chaba se tambi ye akoigi sumang da akoi yam pi matamdu da ko akoi uripok boys da class 3 4 ga tamangmani adara ozam mayam na sum tambi ba akoigi ima indon mayang gi chali chaba gi tambi ba se akoigi thongram gi amung gopal na tambi ye akoigi lekai gi ko aduda mana surai asum hai gi bu ko ra akoi jagoi chaba di haite bu ko se akoi gi lekai gi jik chari angang mayam se ai ngarang man to mari manga yenge and literally it was very emotional thawai dam nungai bu do Manipuri gi angang macha nupi macha mayam hek chatpa hobudagi na lesabi adagi mauna mauna gi lonje phajle lekai gi mau hanubi mayam na ngarang si man to koina chali chaba do it is very touching because ours is a culture that we have inherited from generation to generation aduga lakpa pot neba aduda formally lakanda ozana tambiba matamdadi chali je sini kaina haiba adudagi smai sagadamni kaina haiba chanabi mako adumaina lei Raj akhuna wari sanaba hodringa da ngasai what is the significance of 2020 gi national
education policy da
adu han hairam bodo
yes
adu gi reference to the ne what worries me sine iri bse sigi matungda engonda hojik laiba ozam mayam adagi mahirol mayam harisina sigi article gi makha tabir o haiba
okay
sidi I'm just giving a phase of Manipuri history jagoi gi aduga the very significance of national education policy with specific reference to 2020 2020 gi matung da di hojik si national education gi policy gi matung ina multi dimensional khoi gi perception se masi la eba ai khoi na hojik khangda se hana 10+2 ana le mi ko mathang la raj ai si han journalism law with education bit silawe education aduna 1968 ki first education policy se akoi study tawe 1986 ta amuk review haidi amuk honge ko 1991 da amuk review ko ahan bada koina kothari commission yashpal commission adagi di rasa kasturi rangan gi handak laiba 2020 gi se it is so comprehensive India gi education policy da historical background ancient civilization dagina pukhlaga ngasi bhawa pukhlaga thousands of years to connect tawdaba education policy ma reflect tawribase andaki 2020 education policy irrespective of all political differences irrespective of all academic differences aina appreciate tawba as a person yawe ko haibadi raj angang ama inkhalakpa matamda mana pamjabam leiriba Rajgi chasi hayeng jagoi pame se sports pame football pame suge electricity suge anything extracurricular activities hai it will be a part of a syllabus optional lakni ba ai multi dimensional akoi gi choice ko hausi ko si akoi na tabada all the CBSE higher secondary school myam se asi 2020 gi education gi policy gi matungina aji akhoi central school nabodeya mayam sidadi Manipur gi jagoi gi damaktadi oza hanadigi thamedna ko and this will be mandatory okay hanadi optional in ko mandatory neba say class 12 tamba mana ai hujikte ai yoga logu yare as a subject Manipuri dance as a subject tabla as a subject sitar as a subject magi credit kaya no haibodo aduna education policy laba matamdadi ai ngonda yam nungai jadaba consciousness ama thorakpase akhoi su chahi approaching 70 history ju matik am khangum su to okay adagi culture ju khara dum polokpadagi europada dum is a part of I have do jo sab yes a Punjabi who does not know how to dance Bhangra leramwe and Assamese maha bihu haineba Manipur da maitai imsam pogadi thamunjung ba haine it's a part of our blood yes sumitra likewise dance I was gidi it's a part of our culture pokudagi konthongdagi thokpudi yaur abne ko ras aduna hoji akoina kiribadi hoji YouTube ta changbiyo look at Manipuri performances in many parts of the world in many parts of the country akoina munna yangam matamdadi munna sariba jagoi singse mingdi Manipuri haiba and there is nothing Manipuri about it
Manipuri primarily Manipuri jagoi haigadu ribran.
Manipuri jagoi
Manipuri Ras Lila se dar problems.
Hojik Mapanda Sariba composition ma'am say Ras Lila Hina Sarin Kalone, my composition and Sarin Kalone. Suppose Ras Kataki composition of Harin Kalone, Kataki Bele Oigera, Kataki solo performance Oigera, Moi solo do Moi Katak Dum Saniva. Odyssey Harin Kalone, Odyssey Mana Bele Sagera, solo Sagera, Moi within the confines and within the tenets of what is believed as Odyssey Saniva. Manipuri Jagoi Sataragadi. Manipuri gi jagoi sagada uneva mana bele oigera dance drama oigera it's my perception I might be wrong but aina haibadi Manipuri jagoi haiba taragadi mana bele oitara chu dance drama oitara su Manipur gi elements mayam si hom thoe aduna hojikti marak marakta yam nungai taba mana Manipuri jagoi sung hai haitaba dress ti Manipuri manba aduga haipesha mangum su to Mandab Suto, Mandi Mandabuko, Udi, Maming Manipuri. But Hayeng Gujarata, Manipuri is a going Sarani. Manipuri is one demandable, Manipuri is Sultanataba. Gujarat ki Prajana di Manipuri is a going in Yangdoriva. Right. But in my eyes, Mugido, Pijon Kangde, Amakangde, Manipuri di high petty mangumto, Manipuri is Sultanatava. It has been going on for the last couple of decades, in my eyes. Right from Akona University Tamba Horopadagi, College Tamba Horopadagi, Masiki Tenkang the Equate Tengner Eva. But ultimately, who is deprived? Kanano Haibada Manipuri Jagoibu Yamna Nungsiba, Nungsibiba, America dagi, England dagi, Australia dagi, Thailand dagi, and Kerala dagi. There are many people who appreciate Manipuri dance. Manipuri dance yam appreciate the young Janimba Kambuda Manipuri di Yangana Kauraba. Sadi Sarava. Manipuri Suanatrava. Okay. Marandi disappoint whoever. And that is a serious warning bell to us. Okay, serious warning bell Joja. Sigi Zagoi se Manipuri ni di Harga Manipuri sum mangum toba visual the sum mangum toba Zagoi ki Kutek to Harab mangum toba. Aduga magi pristine over complete form to the Ubapang the Haitare. Aduni Zatam Brisi. Adu Sigi problem si Manipur gi mapandala iba missing na sarak padagi oi haibisina problem oi gadori bra natraga problem ji hojikti within the Manipur dagi su oi haik der kai thamna Ross keno to janu hojik tham ki da doctor Kapila Vatsayan di ma koi Manipur gi jagoi phajana study tawra bani na karawam sarak matam da masi Manipur gi pristine form ni nati haibisi identify to bangam jari hata everybody can I hajige
aru target the problem si Manipur gi mapan gi mi haigatra Manipur gi mapan da legrib mi singna sark matam da problem oi haribra what is the real problem
aina marak ta ai gi anecdotal oibo aina ningsing bose last ngasi SKTV da share tawjage Dr. Kapila Vatsayan na Sangeet Natak Academy da maybe mid 80s ago Manipur dagi timama pore not Sankirtan gi waso ki pulap timama aduga mantop khalle Manipur dagi jinga, Manipur dagi wa, Manipur dagi paya, even jatra gi wa phawa pore ebako. Aduga a flight koi gi hainogi managa poraktana.
Manipur delwena
replica of a mandop ko. Hojikan gi diam te correct tawre. Matam du ri jinga maga but it was ko. Adurigi phak sang buse ro ga thadana ko. Aduda hojiki dari jida phamaga Kapila Vatsayan se koi ne be ma kawe. Koi ne be ma kawe na ko. Mo koi di amlu tawe. Ara Mai nakanda Yamini Krishnamurti phame matam du ko akoi na yam na lai ona lachaba madurgi sanjukta pani grahi amana odisha gi amda bhatanatam gi aduda program si loina loraba matungda ekoi si dari da phame aduga India gi aphaw artist sing sina ekoi gi nat sankirtan ekoi gi duhar aduga sankirtan da sai iba bit magi rich isai gi surje ko adagi pum whole ritual ji urapa matamda moina saigi matik uramba matamda Manipuri culture se no magi package amada pulap ugibada culture bu masak khangba artist amanadi the richness of Manipuri that sankirtan and culture se in that one understand tawe okay matamdu ko madugi du chahi khudingi to bunga manate maduda aina nisingboda Yamini Krishnamurti na aingon haiba Ibungochoubi given a chance that if I am born again, I would like to be born in Manipur. And Madam Karigino Hangeva. Noigi Jagoi se. Kayam Pazage, Kayam Satina delicate oige. And so difficult. Take pa Nova Mayam says it must have taken ages to perfect ko. Adu Kayam Pazage Nuigi Govindagidana. I amuk tang. Adas habung amdresu gopi yung tang sarga amuk yawja bugi mapukto. Amukta poksage na mana haiba. Mathang da pamaduna me also ana.
Okay.
I think yam pazabudo. Adugi
It means problem is not with those exponents from outside Manipur. Manipur mapanda gilak means do not
no, I'm wait tajar ke bo.
Okay.
Makadurigi mo harak da mo. Amno haireba. Choubi engon da choubi kawi. Ibungochoubi ai khoina yam nuaitaba handak train na mo uyena.
Okay.
Kari train no hai matamda. Noigi Manipur dagi lakpa nupi macha singsina. Noigi Manipuri je koi phajana sagadabado. Ai khoigi matok tamba hore haibi wan.
Okay.
Kathak ki, Odissi ki, Bharatanatyam ki, sigi matok tamba hore ena. Please, adu gido tawrakanu. Manipur ki yamna thekna nauna phajaba. Madam Kapila pa sign na magi like the yauri budo. Adu ki style do Manipuri ni. Ado hojikan ki noigi new culture. Ama ai hai si mapan gi nate ko. Our boys and girls. Noina akoi gi mit tagi thek tagi yengba hore e. Asidi noigi it does not only dilute your culture, it violates the basic ethos and tenets of your civilization. Asidi noina tawjagadabani. Hayabko. Ado that is one challenge that I did foresee from the early 80s. Ado hojikti akoigi Manipur dang sahidi gidune Jawla ni Manipur Dance Academy lere Manipur University lere
Manipur University of Culture
government dance college lere above which you have art and culture
Department
ministry above which you have education department. Raj ihan hana akoigi jagoi se sikada ida define tawge habu Kapila wat sayan na haibada akoigi jagoi se jerk yaudi hai jerk akoigi
khangthek pa
loselakpada si yaudeba loselakpada si yaudeba man haibada noigi Manipuri jagoi da smaina kieraga sabase moi haiti hai noi nupimsa singna smaina kieraga ngak thiaga smaina sabase simuk phajab leite haiba noina karigidam ta mu hujik smain ta wong pa ma inona haiba yours is so graceful and so beautiful. Kapila wat saina kari hai noigi di pose amada melt tawre hai
sodo was le
asmai tamna aduga akoigi infinity size hai 8 ki size hai se akoigi Manipuri jagoi da hauba loibam khangdaba loibam khangdaba idi Manipuri jagoi adam sidal loiraga na adam akoigi smaina lakte bako areidu da aigi oja singna natraga saibiri singna moi takpadadi adum ta amani akoigi Manipuri jagoi sidi akoigi flow se pura adum lengdabine smaina lepa yaugde
okay
aduda hojikti kamain tawge da Manipur gi angang sing jisu pok smaina tak lengba mit ka smain tawba khuches dal lotion ba that is not Manipuri akoi gi di smaina yamna delicate oina aina budi hajida bagi wani sida demo tawna ba ngangam ni ramagadi yam phajagani ba ko that is my concern
okay
sigi concern je kari gi hari matam no haibada aikoigi Manipur gi phajabase social media adudagi amuk hojik matang da mapanda senahan Kharagpur da speak making gi program tawda there was hue and cry because mi mayam na laiba program duna kharadagi hogulaga asi Manipuri jagoi mande na hairakpa amoy mapandi gi hajarakpani ko adu hangura kandadi kadai dagi tamano haibada afam rang khangdaba dum tamba this is a part of the Manipuri gi worries aduna jagoi
mahum rang khangdaba kind of tam haijik Manipur manung dagi oidore Manipur mapando to keno Manipur gi ozagi sigi article se panbire tar Manipur gi mapanda tonga metropolitan cities anatraga state ki capital kharada
aina half back
training period half back pseudo exponent ho hai
aina half back haibneba half back haibadi se Raj ai kinom da haijage aina ngarang nahan se ai sum Raj ga wari sanaga gi haibig da mangta ai su sum introspective sum yumda imaga adagi akhoi ahalaman gi laikai ga sum wari sum sanaba ko lairau bagi isai karikra sum sa matam seisda akhoina Ras Lila haina Manipur gi puthokiba matam se seisda ngai khoi gi sei samsamna se khit ta din ten ta ina ina haibado khong kau thuk ba ma khong tha ba ma thin ba ma sit ba hairen khalo ne sige se khoi gi lai harau da ne lai harau da first day se da akhoi na ngang ori ngai da mai ba ima mai bi sina mayam gi khoi problem na kai gi lai tum taw ma tam si da adum aha ba nu mi si di hojik ti loin tile thare
손 쳤을
hojik
그럼 자주 그냥 파기고 그냥 놓아야
hojik ti loina tan thare ka tile thare marble thare
Yes.
ofun hodre ba adu manipur gi jagoi se akoi gi father akoi gi pokpiram ba ko akoi gi abok moina akoi na lai bau chong gi si uhowe ba ko uhowa matam da pena pai ba sina ngasi di yam imana yam line hai ko ngasi gi lai bau chong ba ahan ban numit si di ibungo ibe masa noi upun thon ganu ko na ko
Okay.
upun thon ganu ko hai pena ji pai ra ga mana magi phajom se smaina chappa ga hak sakani ba asi warning sound ne akoi hogdore se adagi di mana ai sai mek tu di sa roi aduga manipur gi ihan han ba si mi chamri chama si loina round chatui ne aduda mana yamna tapna ko hi chatlaga sida chatlaga
오케이
ha ko pena ji aina ga pena heramadi demo tagudau ni ko hi ko adagi si chakani and this is the beginning of Manipuri dance. Adagi muk si chapa matamda muk ahlamana haibada this has its own roots in Chali. Sida smaina
싯부시
si chali se. Sige muk kitang beautify taroga hit ta din ten ta hit ta si muk sara ide ko. Haibadi our dance existed much before.
much before
The advent of we embrace Vaishnavism. Adudagi de koina Vaishnavism embrace tawdringai dagi de koi jagoi si lejaram me habne. Ngasai aina Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas gi hodok da hai do. Masi kamain tawge the late 50s da. Late 50.
hujigi gobind sangilila vilasuja aduda lakringai du hujigi problem se masai mapalam da utro matam da
Nade singa mai leini.
aduda sulak se ba aduba primarily hujig problem se manipur gi mapan da leri ba trainer sing haikadra exponent sing oja sing aduna takpi ba matam da hujigi particular parallel oiba format akoi original format ta takpi draba adudagi oidur bentar ga manipur da su ngasai gi original format to the present format to takpa gi mohta tambi gi mohta sab gi mohta anauba created version se to ena saba hogre na haig durbra hariba myam sing sigi reason sing sai direction oidure sen
It is a giant jigsaw puzzle. Akoi gi Manipur gi jagoi se kamaina lana sari bano. Akoi jagoi mandri bano. Adagi marak ta ghungru kamaina upsal lai bano.
Okay.
Hujik se. Akoi ghungru is akoi de alien ne ba. Hujik rasla sabada ghungru tawraga gopi jingjina smaina thile ga sari. Which is not Manipuri. Hujik mapana sari. Sigi se akoi gi pictures every piece of jigsaw puzzle sigi loi mari lenari ba aduna ne aina why Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas is a very important chapter of our dark phase of Manipuri civilization ja si haiba matam da Manipuri gi mapanda kamaina jagoi lana sara inu haiba se sisu Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas ki team ja sigi achauba moigi role ama leba this is what I'm trying to bring in 1950s 60s is the Bipin hai nupa sina mana
koi myam na henari ba oja guru
ID oja kaude
okay guru
no he is not a guru
Okay.
ID to me ID madi criminal ne lawe ba because he has done a lot of things I saw with my own eyes I have known the history Manipur da mana jagoi tamba la aga oja mayam sidigi loi namak tam thoe Manipuri jagoi se to some extent Govinda Natna lagi principal bhaw hapire to some extent kunungdagi hanjabagi pham bhaw pibire magi ulterior design ulterior motive ti karino hai matamda he wanted to become the superman of Manipuri jagoi ai wakhandi ko
Okay.
I think I am also right in my own way mana kadogi hai matamda Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas ko larik ama mana magi laikai da maji sida khoi mafam du palaro ko Imphal gi likai da ama leiram ko mana chathok sin da matamda mandir manak tarkai no ma tawru matamda she da yomaga Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas ko larik ama phangena haiba mana this gentleman he claims that he found a book called Govinda Sangeet Lila Vilas which is written in Sanskrit but written in Bengali script
Okay, scripty Bengali oiba. Aduga wahi dudi Sanskrit.
Sanskrit oiba. Now he claims that this was written by Rajashri Bhagachandra. Adurigi di man haire Rajashri Bhagachandra ni iramba larik ama Govinda Sangilila Bilas ka obama phange haraga mana Bombay da like si pugre. Bombay da. Arigi di mayamna Bhagachandra sidi mayamna lai oina latna banina. Mana larik ama irame haramina akhoi haraure. Sanskrit ta. But Mashnamgi amubina. Matamdu madi Jain dance Manipur dance academy lady ko. Mazu Manipur gi apauba family ama 1891 gi matamdu da landa khwaidagi maringjen khabanu pa ama British na farga mapanda thamkiba samu haibodo mai masanu pa ne.
Okay.
Masi jail la thame adagi thado kanda masi mapan gi lamda matam khra thamiba ko. Aduda Mashnam amubisi magi pakhang masa orak matam adar mapagi sewa to chatli haiba ko. Akhoi gi hek imungi laikai gi ahlaman sing ne ko. That's besides the story. Mana haire Manipur gi jagoi da kari da punungi da moi yam khangmani na. Mana haibase Govinda Sangilila Bilas ko larik leibra sine. Leiram dineba.
Okay.
Puya da khangde anything. Adurgi di mana mariya narak padagi di sumtarak padagi di chignabam yaure ne. Argi di to make the story short court kanare. Court kanare including my father was involved in that case. Matamdur ko as a witness ko matamdur ma Manipur Times ki ma editor oiriba article phona ba khona bagi matamdur ko Govinda Sangit Lila Bilas saibasi case taunaraba matung da court ta Sagol bandagi aiga amana maming di panjaroi ko Sagol bandagi aiga amana mana court ta haireba sigi larik se sigi mayek se sumain taudana bipin na aigi yumda poraga Bengali mayek se si aikogi puya manba amanba thainigi manba do
Si aman.
chi amai di kayam
Unana
sabado aduda ithok piu haidana bipin na engonda porakpadagi aina sindokibani sindokhiba mayek makse sini ojik mayamna Bhagachandra gi khutne na hairibase mana kota haireba then madudagi amuk another discovery was Bombay dagi amuk Bengali amana ma kota karam daida lakpadagi di mathang taunarappadagi di sumain taudana bipin na Bombay gi Jhaveri sisters gi imungda Marathi gi pandit amana Sanskrit ta irakpa larik ama aina Bengali mayek ta ithokpane na.
Okay.
Raje English ta ibiyai dana Raje Sanskrit ta mu ibiyai dana Raje Bengali script ta ibiyai Raje maite mek ta mu ibiyai dana aduna mana haireba sigi mayek se aina Bombay gi Jhaveri sisters gi mayumda bipin ga collaborate torokanda moina porakpa larik amani adu masi aina idi Bengali mayek haibagi damakta moina paraga Bengali mayek ta ithua pugibani same je sagumandagi aiga amna puthore sigi Govinda Sangilila Bilas haiba larik se masida sida yauriba jagoi gi terminology ma'am se should be the authority on Manipuri jagoi harakpadagi di Manipur gi laiba pumna mangna masigi like taraktabadagi di aduna controversy im thoki bu
Lyric sigi origin si primarily koi gi
bipinna
haidi Manipur gi mapandi oidin heta.
moina sajin ba hitari ko
Sajin ba,
arigi di last di those who were a part of this history Govinda Sangilila Bilasta court karuba adragi party kharana Mashnam amubida khurumaga lale haijaraga chapter si close tawgsi haiba mayam do many are alive.
Okay.
Raj,
Okay.
many who were a part of that process that Bipin and his team apologized to Guru Amubi. And Guru Amubi was so kind and so generous. Henceforth, if you say that you are sorry, it's forgiven, the chapter is closed, and this book is proscribed socially. Like I say, sidagi mangre haibasi haigreba. But madudagi di Bipin si Manipur le yabadan chakre.
And the case is out of court
settle tawre mana haijare
Ngakpikre.
ai smain tawn ai khurumage lale haijaraga mapana settle tawreba aduda settle tawribagi part sidigi negotiator oriba mayam marak seisda my father was one of them haibidi court mapanda losalaga ngakpinaba aduda Mashnam amubida khurumaga lale haijaraga timju losangreba then khwaidigi ngakpa mana Govinda Natna lay haiba Shreshida Bipin haiba principal oribase moigi general body council na he was expelled from there tandokre matung dadi ma se agogi article khara da aphawa mina he not only was expelled but he could not live in Manipur curse tuna
Okay.
ma pan chakreba Govinda Natnalay habasi ma chakre aduga ma Bombay ka Kolkata da Manipur Natnalay na ma hangdokreba adu magi jagoi se every single movement is based on the Sanskrit treatise that he concocted aduga hojik haibagi wane Raj hojik gharana kain hairaiba you must have also heard adui gharana kaina a person
Oza amagi mingda
Ozama mingda ko
Mana sizinarama method.
adu aina haibse Manipuri gi jagoi dadi a person who claims that this is his gharana that means he does not know Manipuri Raj gi gharana hairaiba ko adu targadi Raj
Manipuri jagoi da leiti.
Manipuri jagoi saba haitabagi gharana haigi baneba this has to be told in public that is why I am writing this article ko aduga haujiki Raj Govinda Singh Lila Bilas haibase loinamak sirurba matamda Mumbai da phongba Mark publication anam leba Mark publication I have a copy in my car
yes.
Mark publication says da mona Govinda Singh Lila Bilasina Manipur gi jagoi gi kanuni
Authority.
amu ikhale ini it shocked the entire people of Manipur
Okay.
adunagi amuk moina amuk mapanda class lawda ama lawda che Manipur jagoi da ko isam samna chumsa ai jagoi saba hebnate ima ibin ozada hangbiyo chumsa ko chumsa khujeng lebi
Yes.
khujeng lebi che champra ukpi
Yes.
aina haitabi wani ko che champra khaibi natra longlei ublei there are many terminologies sa khoina nga sahibdo khong thaba khong thinba khong kauba khong sitpa Manipuri jagoi da loina mak leiba jagoi gi terminology ma'am se it is in our mother tongue aduna Manipuri jagoi tamge haitaragadi sigi terminology se you have to understand spiritually culturally traditionally adu ama lupama tanai phadeb ko si haitaba mayam sina hojiki Manipuri jagoi hairuga sumana khaptring chongma mayam sina school lari kadai tambi bu link se hodokhreba in the last some decades
Even inside Manipur.
inside Manipur also adu moi tamiba mayam se Manipur gi jagoi saba angam da ras after that I want the hangba matung da na Manipur gi jagoi saba any no pa macha nupi macha dance college leiba hangbiyo ba Manipur gi jagoi se phajaba kai da no hangoba Manipur gi jagoi phajabadi sum leiraga sum loiba naidaba ko sum saraga sumanya nataba sum sidiki leiraga sum phajaba chathik se it melts from one posture to another haribudo there is no sculpture haribudo hojikti se akoi nupi macha sing mapanda jagoi sabada phanek selaga sumai sagala
Okay.
it is not a part of our culture
Kung yu wang thang.
hong sumai wang thangale phanek selaga akoi gi di saina chali saba haise akoi gi ima oida pawong gopal na tambibida as far as I recollect that's about 60 years ago
Right.
kano imasi khut to smaina thambiyu ko khut si lengjunga man thambiyu kaina haiba and to some extent si square oibni kaina sum ningsing apoi wani ko si oibni aduga khut se mit se si khudon de yengbiu kaina akoi ma hoju ko sawa hibnate adu ujadu na yamna line takpudo akoi gi dise smaina imasi smaina khudon sida square oin thambiyu sigi se yam chapsan binu phajadabani yamsu phaktok binu comfort zone nama aduna kap kaina haye
Okay.
I don't know huigumba kap kumba ma yam natural oina smain toroga sida aduga khut lengi khudingi ne se smaina khudon da yengbiyu ai mitse
Okay.
ai yengbiyu jagoi sabada yamna ingna tapna yamna lemna dum khudon da yengaga smain sabiyu kaina adu hoja nupi msam nupam sam na sarkan dadi yam phajina sarakani ba aina haitabgi ne ko now sigi train se hojikti composition mayamna Manipur gi jagoi se sman taroga sat lang si loisala ani ba second homari lepani ba sida kapla China have this is not Manipuri akoi gi di sat chaluraga su sida gi dum putharakpa and that kind of things is a new trend that is coming to our culture which is not only violating our culture but it is diluting and distorting our age-old tradition of what we understand is the aesthetic value the delicate intrinsic movements of Manipuri dance. Aduna ina sida haujikti Raj karigumba school kharada college kharada sida ikhoina ainin sa haijabdo mark publication dana sigi same si amu 1995 ki sida Supreme Court yawe.
Okay.
In the history of Indian dance mayam na ngai ne Manipuri jagoi the Supreme Court yaure na judge na akhoi ngakhrabne ba adura akhoi je Supreme Court ta chatle ba tamdura
Again for the same book.
same book ko keno da
Asagi Gobind Sangilila Vilas.
sigi se ma amu hanna panjararoi Manipuri charkhredna aduga mana mark haiba publication says I still have a copy adu Govinda Sangilila Vilas haiba aduga magi manuscript ko
Mark magazine the point joja. Handakti ma masamang na phongboi dura to pamina phongboi dura.
nate moina financial support
Okay,
pibne
okay.
yaubne this publication would not have been possible if there was no financial support from the Javeri sisters kan yaubne ba haidi moina sponsor to ubni na ko adu yaure adai to the marta aham bagi yaude ba secondary huziki facsimile do court ta masi aran bani haigra ba poto source Manipuri not layana hairakpadagidi Manipur da early 90s study Manipur je mai hore ahoi howe ko Supreme Court case tawre ahoi Delhi da chatle ba matam da haidi coincidence horang mani madai da court ta hainare ko bipin request tawre moigi matam da ai amuk hanna masigi lairik se Bhagat Chandra na ibane se haijara roi habaje public statement ama piraga haijara gi haraga amadu court gi amuk out of court amuk masi lale haijaba natra su ko ai masi Bhagat Chandra na irambane habaje punchi gi haijara roi hai taragadi indirectly this is something that I made it up silarik se Bhagat Chandra na ibane na ina puthore dana Bhagat Chandra na ibane natra haragadi I made it up logic ni dana ko adu Manipur gi di pukchen chawba hallaman ojam yam sina di adum ngakpi daga tokreba however haujiki larik se aji mapanda tamba honare
Okay. Gobind Sangilila Vilas.
ma reference to adura I know hojik hari di hojik hojik mapanda new education policy da di Raj gi angang singna Manipuri honors loreng khlone degree da mana history lo bi English lo bi Manipur gi jagoi tam gi haibagi ma option ma lo bi
Yes.
hojik se ai MBBS tamedna ai subject ama ai sitar tam gi haibagi option ma lai ba keno da hojiki 2020 gi new education policy gi am phajari se every student magi recreational appreciation se social values recognize to godabni haibagi achauba ama yawu se this is something that I appreciate
Okay. Adubu Luri Badi.
the only apprehension and the fear is that Manipuri hana aduk chawkhalaba Kapilaba China the oldest dance in India hairi base asi sigi train sida lana chat khagadi mapanda Manipuri ta sengna tamjaning ba mayam do modi original lo tamba phangaroi ba that is why I draw the attention of the government of Manipur art and culture department then education mayam tamak pa sigi syllabus sembagi damak tadi amuk it is the responsibility of the education department syllabus samak pagi se
Right.
institution mam se thereby sigi amuk na lamjing lamta ogida bano haibada Manipur University adi cultural university dance college Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur dance college sigi mayam sina class 12 tana kari tambayai BA dana kari tambayai MA dana kari tambayai haibase
Okay.
unless there is a proper grammar a guideline then the apprehension that we have that people who love Manipuri they will be deprived of our own beauty adunida aina akoina si hai matam da akoi
Even
jibni
ako isamak su deprive or ni hata.
Precisely.
Khangjar roy.
Ngang do.
Ako asing performance to kaino khangjar.
So I use through this program, let me ask a very simple question to Shantiniketan.
Okay.
Hojik Rabindranath Tagore se Rabindranath Tagore na 1920s da ko sijo oral history ni ko
Right.
Rabindranath Tagore na 1920s da man tour chat pa se sida there were some pockets of Manipuri
Diaspora.
khar le me ba adu da mana Rabindranath Tagore sidi he's a poet ko he's a literature aduna jagoi phajaba kai ba si ma mase khange ba khangma matam da mana Manipur gi ras lila sanari ba Manipurgi jagoi tamiba mayam se mana uruba matamdane yamna phajaba ma uruba matamda man sidi aigi Shantiniketan da puraktaba yadena Manipurdagi oza si khangba tawraga nungsibagi phajabagi porakpuneba not simply out of sympathy or empathy. He appreciated the beauty of Manipuri jagoi. Manipurgi Ras Lila haibase Ras munna yengurkandadi Srimad Bhagavat ki Tara Suba chapter da Vrindavan haiba episode sida Radha Krishna gi episode hai. Sida sanari ba Ras Lila se. Sigi episode sineba huji akuna Ras Lila se. The 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavat of the Vrindavan episode of Radha Krishna is the Ras Lila.
Okay.
Aduda premise oraga. On that basic premise, you build a dance. Adune Ras Lila hai se. Adura Manipurgi jagoi phajabasi oraga Shantiniketan da Manipurgi uzamayam kauraga. Let people know the beauty of Manipuri dance. In the contemporary syllabus, in the contemporary happenings of one of the most premier institutes of the world, Shantiniketan Visabharti se. Sida Manipuri jagoi se, kamaina tambidebagi haiba se. It itself is a serious question of asking to me. Hozik se, what are they teaching? Because you have first semester, second semester, third semester. Now you have degrees of fourth year la eva. Adu eba taragadi. As far as I know, I go to other Shantiniketan da tamba Manipur digi nataba, not from Manipur.
Okay.
Manipur digi mapanda tamba mayamna. Sir, akoina Manipur da saluba matamdadi. When we went to Manipur, we were taught all the techniques in Manipuri terminologies. When we come to Shantiniketan, our teachers in Sanskrit, which has nothing to do with Manipuri. Because those teachers, I believe, they have no background of Manipuri culture. That is why they do not know how to teach in Manipuri. This is a very serious matter. Aduk Chauba, one of the prestigious institutions or institute of this world, of this country,
Right.
Vishabharti and Shantiniketan, if they do not teach the pristine form of Manipuri dance, what would be the children, what kind of products, what kind of artists you are creating for the next generation?
Ado basigi influence even Shantiniketan bhauba Vishwabharati University bhauba makoina tambiriba Manipuri Ras Lila nantra Manipuri jagoi se. Masa khoi gi Manipur gi asengba original form da pristine form da tamhanba ngamdri se. Masidi am chauna kanagumba amagi influence ama laigre ngasai gi lyric to ne influence the way dori brang ngasai gi Guru Bipin Singh gi tim Zaberi sister
Raj,
influence the way dori brang.
everything is a large.
Because Zaberi sisters are very popular.
No, I
Guru
can-
Bipin Singh is also very popular in the mainstream India.
Raj,
As far as khoi Manipuri jagoi harak matam da Manipur Ras Lila harak matam da makoi hum mari ji maming se khoi haidi khoi national arena da yam appreciate tawna ba
ina khunba mayam da criminal mayam da Dawood Ibrahim is very popular. El Capone is a very popular. Sumra. Ha moi bootlegging toram bayai pasha talam bayai pasha di yam pairam manina. Pasha yam pairam bayai na ko. Likewise moi Manipuri gi maming da yam phoram badi yareba. And that is the most tragic part of our history. Aina haining is the most tragic part of our history
Ado
is
basigi tragedies na even Shantiniketan bhau influence taw ngam khreb.
Torok se masigi trend se aina haibadi ngasi bhaubudi khange. Henceforth we must act on haibani aina haibadi
Chumthokpa ma thakta hai.
chumthokpa ma tangai phadana. The history is clear that one man called Bipin, he concocted a Sanskrit treatise called Govinda Sangeet Lila Bilas. He promised that he will never take the name again. Amukan hairoi haire hanjan na thore and all his products. Aidi marak marakta haye. All his disciples, they were used, they were misused and abused by one person for his popularity. Aduga Manipuri jagoi a person who really wanted to learn Manipuri, when they realized that their teacher had this ulterior design, had this criminal design, already they will repent. And now it is time. It is time to tell the truth to the world, which everyone knows. So we have to tell the whole story again to the next coming up generation that Manipuri cultures hai akhoi yamna bhakti movement ne haidana ko akhoi ge de bhakti ni mingon da lanjada bani kaimda haijada bani na hai leitar ga lei bagi matam do it is beyond that stage now
Okay.
aduna aina hai do akhoi oja gori mi khanna ganu akhoi ge de bhakti movement ni aduna mina lan taru kaim hai har matam do my point is any teacher in Manipur, any exponent of Manipuri dance in Manipur, knowing that somebody is committing a mistake, knowing that somebody is deliberately committing a mistake, their stoic silence is a part to that process of wrongdoing. Aina haibadi Manipur gi oja sing, Manipur gi jagoi sariba sing, masana masabu Manipur gi jagoi karni na thori ba myam se mapanda lan sarba matamda mo gi se la le haidragadi they are part of that lan saribudo indirectly directly consciously subconsciously moida encourage story whenever they are encouraging that aduna what I personally feel is now there should be a retrospective look at the history of Manipur. In the last 2-3 years, Raj, I have spoken to many teachers. I have spoken to eminent personalities, and I have spoken to many students.
Yes. Have you ever?
I have spoken to many students. Then I see Manipur bu nungsi jaba Manipur gi jagoi bu tamjaning bana non Manipuri ma'am se I have been communicating with them.
Okay.
And now they realize that some mistake is there. Aduga yamna chauba Manipur gi culture da yamna chauba betrayal ama tawrame habse moi khange some of the students aduna moina so khoi da hairi base the movement should start from Manipur to tell the rest of the world.
Manipur dagi sum thokpa
Manipur dagi sum thokada bune ba
mapan sum thokpa yaro hai
and that onus lies with the art and culture department. Moina art and culture department na I am a hajige ko howjik si Raj ihan hana ina panjeki budo there is an organization called Speak Make akoisu yaujare ko college ta minga da the Society for the Promotion of Indian Classical Music amongst and Culture amongst youth haibane ba sina Manipuri jagoi si yamna nungsi bani na Gujarat da Kerala da Bhopal da Manipuri jagoi se college school karaga yenghali ba yengan ba matam sidai sidana Masai aina half back haibado Manipuri jagoi di man ba moi myam ji pura ga yenghale ba but makhoi gi wakhan di phajaba makhoi gi ideal di phajaba but moina thengnaru bi mi do la la ba chumra aina haijabadi it is time that we speak out it is time that we wake up from the long slumber kuina tumubudagi haugatpa matam oire aduga akhoi gi ipa ipuna lai haraubudagi channara aba Manipuri jagoi haibase akhoi gi phajaba sathek khuthek myam se aduna Raj, even I simply humbly make a request to SKTV ko. SKTV da oja ahiba ma kawbiradna ko. Manipuri jagoi gi aina sa hairi budo. Adu public ki damakta ne dance college ra Jain Das Academy dra natraga amadana aina saba ngamdra kasu akhoi gi continuity haibudo. Akhoi gi jagoi si loiba nai de haibagi demo ma. Akhoi rough oi de haiba ma. Sigi mayam ase. Asigi ji SKTV na since we have started and there is that will be a yeoman service to the present generation aduga sigi
aduga zagi kenu sidane article sida su palle sagi Gobind Sangi Leela Vilasa se
a concoction
masi lyric ama Sanskrit iba treatise lyric ama oina natraga dissertation ama gi mongda masi sina Manipuri jagoi gi authority ni masina Manipuri jagoi gi manual ni na ama is a leram base masi aran ban hena court budi madugi tongan pujan ngasai wari libi khre aduga masana ya jaraga masi out of court settlement torga apologize tor maga ngak pi raga chakre habgi uzana maham thambiri hai tare adu bo hairi bas Gobind Sangi Leela Vilasa si aran bani haina exposed over la riamu uzana uzagi article sil pan bi hai tare uza Kerani sing edit toba compile toba ma si mutan kitang thambi si larik se kari haina yeng be this
si larik se
uza koi keno da upi bi
si larik se Manipur da aina khanbadane masigi larik se Manipur gi jagoi gi oja singda yam leramgani sigi larik se
Okay.
sigi larik sina kari document wi haibada Bipin na Govinda Singit Ila Bilas hek thorakpadagi mana mayumdagi phange puthore madudagi Bombay da pukhre masi lai win la lo Manipur gi me myam aduri lai win khurang badabani yenguge na sar matam da mana mangan gare haire adudagi amuk masnam gi amubina sigi larik se thigalu matam da Govinda Singit Ila Bilas se leiti haibadagi di mathang se sum mafi kari khoigi kano thonge haibadi aiga na sagumandagi aiga na mu haire sini na adigi pandit na muk sajana bani haire the entire documentation of the 1960s gi whole process adugi like tugi sigi
expose
adugi compilation neba compilation sigi compilation se masi aikhoigi bajiga akhoigi pabunga en karani se sina ibungo nang hayengwai khangagadi sigi like sidi loigrani a generation has to be told what happened to your culture mi mana laga aikhoigi sajanaba concocted story ma puthoi me haibase chahi yang khai lerga amuk phongau koi chaina akhoigi bajina piramane base
Kugi tungi anobu generation sida khangan bam sang.
khangan bam na now see 1972 the phong mane adu 2022 the phong da bane adu 72 da ko si amuk phong aba matam da di Manipur da hujik kari wari lai hibano haibado this book matam du da se ai yam example am hayura I'll just give you one simple example ko
Concoction gi.
concoction da tabada ko sei da ko Guru Bipin Bu Nat Nalaidagi principal oihandre Govinda Sangit Lila Bilas Chinganingai oiba lairik ni Govindaji Nat Nalai principal oiramba Guru Bipin principal togal le haina Nat Naloigi governing body na ngarang lep na khre haibadi a person who was once the principal of this Nat Nalaya was expelled by the governing body
Okay.
and adagi muk akhoigi kanona akhoigi se
Matam du da phong giba newspaper gi clipping hai.
no lamaki Manipur Times Prajatantra iho ko adagi mathang gi adagi sida sudum mana prime minister da igiba chithi
Okay. Odu suya.
prime minister iba chithi adagi Govinda Sangit last ki matang da akhoigi kari akhoigi Sanginata Academy da iba loinamak sigi chithi se sida yauri ba even to some extent masi Manipur gi kamain tawna chakhibano kaina sida se akhoigi NK hadisi akhoigi pabung ilakanta nem ko he was immediately expelled from the institute and had to rush out to Bombay
Hoje Guru Bipin.
Bipin se haibadi magi sajannarubugi crime da the societal rejection sima leiba ngamakta maji chatkreba ma chalaga amuk adudani akoina maji afaba minati haise aduga mana amuk Govinda Nat Nalaidagi tanthokhraba matungda Manipur Nat Nalaiba ama Kolkata da ma Bombay da ma hangdu eba magi clinic se aduga magi same technique myam se Manipuri jagoi sugnat nataba madi Manipuri jagoi je haitrabani na mana sariba jagoi se Bipin Gharana haiba horkadoreba adune anybody who says that this is Manipuri Gharana I rightfully say that he's a person or she's a person who does not know ABC of Manipuri dance. Aina tabla thiledna Ibungochoubi Gharana hairagadi aina tan haitabudu Ibungochoubi Gharana haiduineba adu tabla gi Gharana du lejakredna ko kathakkido adu Manipur gidi let me be very clear Manipuri culture is a living culture it has never been interrupted
Yes.
Manipur da Ras Lila haibse nungdang na sanaba ngakhtani Manipur gi mi singse kayam na devoted oibage bhakti movement da kayam yawbage haibabu lan manungda curfew manungda mi sanaba yadraba nungdang sanaba yadraba matamda oja singna yanarba matungda Govinda ga yanarba matungda nungthinda saba yaba divara sanam create tawe it has continued Manipur gi jagoi di ngasi phawda interruption amata lakteba it has been a continuous unlike other classical dance forms where they have been taken from fossilized sculptures sculpture gi lokthorok mayam sidagi sabaneba Manipur culture Manipur jagoi has been a continuous part of a life akogi yaujarapuneba its sole authority lies with Govindagi loshang lady, Amai bigi loshang lady, Aduna, Manipuri Jagoi Sidi, Rajna Bombeda, Ama Hangwedana, Rajna Aishi Jagoi authority, Hybrid Yadeva. Because it has our own loshang. Akoi is a way the call. Adigi Brahma Sava lady, look Govindagi lady in the call. Amai bigi loshang lady, and a Jagoi, anything create the Wea Deva. Aduga.
Adubasiki creations. Creation laki primary reasons. It was an article headlines. It was sanctum to stays. Sacred space. Govindji temple the Sarambadu dagi. Aduda Sarangam devotion amagalo and faith amagalo and Sarambado. Stays the thing Hatang Yangaba mid Nuana Bonabuda. Adusai Coxing Sada de Lac person. No, Adudi. Suppose Raski Matek Ama, snapshot Ama represent the way one ever. Right. Raski. Suppose no mas Hanagiba one day cricket match to highlight ana Mangagi Yangitana. Adamain Tawdana Manipurgi Raslila Haibasudu Labanina. Yanaraba Matunda snapshot Ama stage gi putokuneva. That also with lot of devotion, Sanaraba Matunda ko. Maintaining the basic cultural ethos. Magi basic tenet meam se. Maji yam na chatna sabaneva ko. Adulagi hojikse Raj Ama Smine Hairibu ko. I gives a goidi creative ne Hairibu. Migrana. Adula Ayi Wakanda di. Creativity Habaga distortion Habaga. It has to be fundamentally very clear. Hojik Manipurgi Angang Jagoi Mayam Sariba Mayam Sina Sariba Mayam the ko. Let me warn them. Let me caution them. And let me plead with them. Do not take the liberty. Do not take the liberty of destroying our own ancient civilization. Do not take the liberty of diluting, distorting, and violating our culture. It does not give that person the liberty because you have an audience like me. Aduna Manipurgi younger generation na ID creative ne hairaga mapangi mathong chadaba natraga aikoina Manipurgi jagoi nataba movement pusalaga sarakpado. I honestly say that that is not a part of our culture. Aduk I alochalaki ko mana Manipuri jagoi sungat nate na mana adama sarugna artha mane. Adi ngahaleraga lahira usum mangum juto. Ngahaleraga mu akoigi maibi jagoi mangum juto. Last mu Kathaki movement amu mangum sungto. Adagi mu Sikkim gi jagoi mangum juto. Tibet ki jagoi mangum sungto. Adagi body je sweat oraga Hawaiian dance amu mangum juto. And he is not doing justice to the art form of being called an exponent of Manipur. Aduga, do not take the liberty because you have very devoted audience, but who are also very patient. Akoi bhakti da thajaba, nungsib da thajaba nina ko. Akoi kapaga dum halleba. Kapaga bi chamahan yai. But there will be one person who will say that you are wrong. That I adu hale kinibu ko. No na jagoi shariba mayam do. In the name of creativity, please do not take the liberty of diluting, distorting, and violating our own ethos. Akoi culture mangan nabgidamakta adu tawbiganu haibado. It is our humble plea. And if you continue so, there might be one voice out of million. So the fundamental problem, question namala hai taroja. Say Uzan Thambiri was the problem. Say you have exposed the problem. Problems. Ningthi na sige article dasu highlight to bire. Akoi you see the distortion to ubam ya distortion ke fundamental reason singa say ki Govind Sangilela Vilasa hari balai chuna su ere. Adu su amu ere. Adu distortion se continuously tongan ba organization Manipur ki manung amdi mapan to have. So now the fundamental question is sige distortion of creativity means the distortion am lere. Adu masigi distortion. This is not only distorting the art form se distort to khona tara khoi civilization khoi culture ethos lo and distort tawre hai basiuja si se realize tawbami am tholotri se hai di sum article je khoi umon hai tar
let me
why don't we see such more of such articles hai tar why only oza Ibungochoubi
I can mai jage Raj na aina si article irubagi Raj ne ngona tanara kuneba because I di sigi whole history je I gi sumang le thoki binani na I khang howe bipin na kadai da laga amubi kadai da khurum gi hai bese akhoi sumang na imana wari li
out of court settlements
sumang da sida yauri se sigi larik sida yauri ba yauri se Lonabak Tensilaga, after much pressure from friends and relatives, especially Shri N. Tombi Singh, Education Minister, to bridge the differences outside the court. I say, here's my father. Ahogi apokpana sigi wari sidi A to Z lirame. Aduga marak marakta akoina haiba yadaba wahi. Aigi mitadi uba, uju hoba. Akoigi sumangda, akoigi pabungda, akoigi abokta. Guru amubida amuktang lale haijage na khurumge na akoigi abokta. Haijabla ko se akoigi abok na your crime is unpardonable and high ground matam du da nang na lale haijagra su na akoigi abok na your crime is unpardonable haibana larik ama sajanaraga bhega chandra se adigi sigi yam nungai bi chapter am kaw hore ihan hana bhega chandra na ibane sanskrit haibse sigi larik sei da Manipur ki historian me amna London archives ki larik am lawe
Okay.
Larik ama. Si Bega Chandrana, Lord Mornington, the Governor General, the Iba Chitise. Says the Bega Chandra say, Larik Hiramdava.
Iba Papa
Hidamina. Mina Taga Kubisoito on Kubisoito.
Kanagumam Ibiraga.
Iragam Padi Paramaniba. Adunamana Kubisoito. Bega Chandra say he was unlettered. Aduna. Like Shohitaba. Hosikoji Alamandan and Hanabioba. Akogi Magi Matam, that is Sanskrit Sulakri.
Minus Sanskrit like you know.
Aduna, Shigi Magi, Shigi ulterior motive and ulterior design, which I personally say that it is a criminal offense. Shigumba like say, Masi Akoigi, Apokana, Bajina, Adi Keljandrana, in Kiranina, Moy Homna Ikoida, Ibungochoubi, Shigi like say. After 50 years, Ponga Amulero Matunda, let the entire people know. Matamsika Susanare 2020 the day, and when the awakening of Lakra. Because I know ID education bid pirate punina 1968 ki Rasa Kangover Kangde 10 plus 2 plus 3 lakh thing 10 plus 1 liram neva at the mamako
68 the koi po
akoi matam du ko I know Hajabudi akoi matam du ripo boys tami I go in 1980s the journalism lakulakoda I education I bid se I logzeva education politics, crimes, ilogzeva. Aduga laibo phabadagi. Ozana is art and culture praise thambi budagi. I am na adum closely nang azareva. I think as a hijabudo. India gi khwaidagi phawba Yamini Krishnamurti. Sanjukta Panigrahi. Mrinalini Sarabhai.
Yes.
Akhoi moina jagoi sabu uzareva ko. Akhoi makhoi gi makhong suksere. I had the privilege of touching their feet ko. Aduga moinaga nandharaga bor pireba. When I started my career as a writer, aduga sumana casually phamamatamdana. Son, your boys and girls are copying us. Please don't do that. In my lifetime, I don't think I will be able to dance like them. So delicate, so beautiful. I matauta buhay buhay trene. Armoy no ebuko. Adu hojikti angang mayam sina akoy kok leiba phajaba adagi hojikti Labor jak okay. It is un-Manipuri. Sigi, it was Mayam say, Raj Nongthombam. Tamo Ibungochoubi Ojai Ibungochoubi Sigumbasi article cam, Thuraktino Habase. I would takpi but Tambangam say, Manipuda Yam labor. Yum the Changuramatamda, they will tell you 10 times more than I know about this story. Ado, moina haidokta base.
Ozai Ibungochoubi the sigi distortion si ubangami. Mine Ozai Ibungochoubi kumba koi exponent Ozai ribo mayam singa. So soidna sigi distortion si ubirang muni hatare.
They are
utarka di no. They should come out and voice it out.
Moise, yam religious oibnina ko. But they are crying in the silent corner. I go jibu moy mayam lan sabirine na silent on a kapi.
Okay.
Moy di khanaba pamjada banina. All our teachers. And many of them, which I believe, they are crying in silent corners. And there is a voice that I told you, the lone sharp arrow from the quiver. And that is something that I feel that history kangba minade Manipurgi angang mayam inkhalaiba angang mayam sidesida. Haujik Raj Manipurdagi dance academy diploma laurani. School dagi ko. Dance college dagi tamgrani. Haujik Shantini Ketan Salani. Shantini Ketanda, Hojik, Kong Taba, Tinba, Kauba, Sit Pahibase. Moy other Ozala Riba Mamduna. Sanskrit, Quina, Sunkang Hangdan attack in Colony.
Sanskrit ki term da hai
Term.
terminology sinaraga.
Why is that so? Because ado lagi bo ojam yam do. Moina Manipur dagi oiragana. Moi they are turning a blind eye to it.
Yes, exactly.
They are turning a blind eye to it.
Khangna.
Khangna. And those who are teaching, they don't know what Manipuri Jagoi is. Tagudabu moidi degree low have. BA, MA, PhD low have. Manipur da ilanika idhau se. Ilanika idhau si akhoi gi sumang da Bangladesh ki war mamang se. Bangladesh 1970 war gi war mamang se.
Okay.
Akhoi gi sumang se. Every evening se moi gi niti gi punpham ne. Niti gi punpham. Nga sina traga hayeng adum punpham ne ba.
Right.
Akhoi angang oina cha phutu ku da mu howe ba. Ara aina noma akhoi ilanika idhau se. Mana jagoi sai. Ilanika idhau se akhoi maming chungpan pande ko. Akhoi babung ne yade.
Right.
Ilanika idhau ai si mayam na khangroi. Hauji mayam na gulapi haiduna na sankirtan gi icon hai se. Akhoi ngasi di maming lo re. Idhau ai ngak piu ko ngasi di ming palle. Keno ai ilanika idhau hai ga. Am da khangroi do do. Aina lilong chajingi pabung. Lilong chajingi pabung hai ga kanam khangroi. Natek hai de khangani. Pabung ngak piu. Mayai koi bigi idhau. Kanam khangroi. Abhinam saba.
Okay. Yes.
Ai adumai hai ko. Se khitri mayung gi pabung. Hai ga pabung na wang. Pabung nakpiyo. Se khitri mayung gi imai be ma thawar ni sabi.
Yes.
Akhoi di angang odi akhoi sumang da sum uhawe ba. And since we have grown up in that environment, akhoi di culture si tamu busunate jagoi tamu busunate, but we are a part of that
culture.
aduga family si dum yauru bani na. I think it is pertinent at this very hour.
Right.
To tell what we have seen in the past. Aduga ngasai aina haijabdo Manipur gi pungyebo singse. Pungyebo singse. Don't think that moi jogoi saba hitian khalunu.
Yes.
Sai sakwa me agoi gi se thimai jam gi babung mamung ng polani. Babu ji agoi gi masnam idho amu gi percussionist magi sebok ne ba. Masnam amubi hai se Manipur gi khwaidagi lire haina khaliba Manipuri jagoi maru haibasigi founder ne.
Okay.
Agoi gi sumang da moi practice torom when we were children.
Okay.
We are a part of it.
Yes.
Aduna Raj akoina se khudama sana lai pak Manipur ko loi nangi Manipur Rasibu mayek ta yenga tamak prane tamamoi mathang tabu orangani ayu tabani da
Oral tradition.
Likewise nongma ilanika idau se akoi sumang de jagoi sai sai ko aduda akoi gi imana akoi ima ai popusina ayo jagoi sabiyo hai and madina sankitan to ne adu madi sai compose ro matungda angom ibema ai jagoi haite ne hai ko adu akoi gi imana ayo ngasi jagoi sala ba chungya ya ro hai ko adu da Ilanika idhongna for the first time akoi jo report with class 3-4 tamangni wa maybe it was 60s adu da aina matam da ilanika idau je isai oina sum uba ko maduna mana phajom parana selaga agoi sangoi gi sumangi maton se sai is the mana na saba jagoi se
Okay.
as madu muk phajaba jagoi na sangitan gi ojaduna ilanika idau na saba jagoi do ai amuktang ma han po aninga I want him to dance in front of me.
Okay.
Adu matau tam ge ko aduna mana smaina yam kena laga hekli balai se wakhal gi saireng ni na se ko madui da matam du dai sai sakpa yam prominent oibuna khuirum me
Okay.
uza sigi sai se ngon tam biu koino sigi jagoi se
Right.
and we are a part of that culture adagi oji kusi Raj Joydev kana hairi se additional amag information am piram ge ko Manipur da ihan hana ngrang kanglen tawre wangdian khoibi mapal machu hema phajai sham gi kuchu haibse sigi sur phanil tawbuje khoi sumangda ilanika idhona sabhara taweba see Joydev ki say and we are a part of it adu hayeng nupam chan na nupim chan na lana salakpada ai sai sakpa hitraga su as mai ji kitang la le he se julon gi
sak pe tru ta ba di
ta budi ning thi ba khi bi ki tung na pham yeng ba da uk ning hu na pham mai bu se sigi numit di I have a very clear memory ilani kai thong na mai second to la kan da ibo choba mayam ko ro har kan ai le kai loi na pau se le ba aduga ibo tom bi nangi ngangi stand ja do si ya bri yeng se na ko aduda julon gi mana tap na mayam loi na phame pabung chandras phami ala loi phame ko mana ning thi ba khi bi ki tung na pham yeng bad mayam na oja ya re na that was the first time that song was introduced madugi sai do not pala sagitan to mayam na mayek tegi lalakpada sur lalakpada I feel hurt because first the ho bani na Manipur gi zilo nai bse andem like ai gi khodam gi radha man top de introduce to gi bane zilo nai se Manipur gi julon hojik sai bse tradition se 70s dagi joydev haibasina jagannath mandir sakhi bane ba we were a part of it matam du ko aduna whole tradition sigi lariba mayam se khangba kauba lived experience oirubani na and sometimes television da hojik YouTube ta uriba ngang mayam sari ba jogoi mayam se they are so beautiful jagoi na te ko masak to all the girls are so beautiful well dressed up costume is immaculate colorful the light is beautiful jagoi di Manipuri orekta ba matam da di it hurts my sentiment and I have to speak out the irony is khangna oja sing sidi they only cry in the silent corner amoy ngang mayam tawi si nungai tabna jagoi sila na sare ka na pitara kapado
okay la le soire habagi area khar makhai di ure habne adun hari me amse sum thokpagi khwaidagi job responsibility de lenga ki art and culture department lejari re tongan ba institute ma ba adun institutional responsibility ma lawba mathau tagani otherwise akoi gi culture the distort over khag natana akoi gi lakadriba younger generation aduga hauji generation asidasu akoi gi achumba culture akoi gi achumba civilization akoi gi achumba art form hai batare akoi gi jagoi sing andu ningthina khangan bangam daba khangan san bangam daba madu mapan yon bangam dab gi problem ama legani having said so mapan dasu aran va form haigadra natraga Manipuri original form nataba haigadra sumba mayam sing asisu yam kanna yamna popular oina India gi tonga to mafam da malimi to mafam da sarak pasna maram oiraga Manipur gi jagoi se adura haina aduga aduni haina mayam na lana loruk na bugi masak su oidringai sida lenga ki yam chauba natraga institute mayam sing sigi yam chauba role legani habigi wakhum sing oza mo je jalo sel pusida koi Santosh Electronics ki maike yam chamba khodolam te hatara give him
very kind of
thank you so much thank you
we look forward to your next program again
yes
madudadi aina tabu ko exactly me amna perform ta holagana what is right what is wrong as a continuity utpiu ko I'll be very happy
thank you so much sir for your time masini khoi ngasi beyond headlines ki edition sekram to bibage khoi gi SKTV tungan ba social media handles in the country agani SKTV se mar premium gi khonjal ni man premium gi voice ni this is the expression of the people of Manipur and the state Manipur so when you watch SKTV you are fundamentally supporting the people of Manipur and the state Manipur so keep supporting Manipur keep watching SKTV thank you so much kurumjat
Lengsin biro Santosh Electronics singjamai leksang them lekai
yunggi home appliance sing da natana luhongbada sangdaba yadraba yum amagi makup mata sing da natana washing machine freeze TV na singba electronic items sing wholesale rate ta phanganbaga loinana adong yumda home delivery khudong chaw su pijari
Santosh Electronics singjamai leksang them lekai da adom gi yumda changdraba yadraba potlam sing amadi angangi sanapot makhal suna phanghanjari
adong na kariguma mobile ma mathau taraba mobile ma anobo leibi gen khanbiraba adoiba tarabadi Santosh Electronics singjamai leksang them lekai miyam gi damukta thonglauna hangdun leiri makhal khudimaki mobile khudimak phangbigani adu su kariguma domna loan oine EMI da thibiraga lobi gi harbasu loan gi khudong sabasu pijari
Santosh Electronics singjamai leksang them lekai
SKTV na local operator singidamak nungairaba pau